Welcome back to another episode of a Clan a Day podcast brought to you by bagtownclans.com. I'm your host, Colin MacDonald, and today we dive into the illustrious history of Clan Hameltun, a family that at one time was so powerful they were considered heirs to the Scottish throne. The Hameltuns' ambitions, intrigues, and connections to royalty are woven deeply into the fabric of Scottish history, making them one of the most fascinating clans of the Lowlands. The origins of the Hameltuns take us back to the Norman conquest and the medieval power struggles of both England and Scotland. The family's name is believed to be English in origin, with many places called Hameltun or Hambledon. The first documented appearance of the Hameltun name in Scotland was in 1296, when Walter Fitzgilbert de Hameldone, a Norman knight, pledged his allegiance to Edward I of England. This initial alignment with the English crown was short-lived, as the family would soon shift their loyalties during one of Scotland's most critical periods, the Wars of Independence. Walter Fitzgilbert played a key role in this pivotal time. Originally serving the English, Fitzgilbert made a strategic decision to support Robert the Bruce, a move that would define the future of the Hameltun family. As a reward for his loyalty, Bruce granted him lands including the Barony of Cadzow in Lanarkshire, which would eventually become the town of Hameltun. This marked the beginning of the family's rise to prominence in Scotland. Over the next century, the Hameltuns entrenched themselves within the Scottish nobility through military service and royal marriages. Sir David Hameltun, Walter's son, continued the family's legacy by fighting for King David II at the Battle of Neville's Cross in 1346, where both he and the king were captured. They were only released after a significant ransom was paid, a testament to the Hameltuns' importance at the time. One of the most significant milestones for the clan came in 1474 when James, the first Lord Hameltun, married Princess Mary, daughter of King James II. This union cemented the Hameltuns' place at the centre of Scottish politics. Their son, James Hameltun, became the first Earl of Arran in 1503, setting the stage for the family's involvement in the highest echelons of power. By the mid-16th century, the Hameltuns were poised to inherit the Scottish throne. James, the second Earl of Arran, served as regent for the young Mary, Queen of Scots, and was at one point the heir apparent to the Scottish crown, a position that made the family a major political force. However, the tides of fortune would soon turn, as political rivalries and the shifting alliances of the Reformation-era Scotland took their toll. The Hameltuns had supported Mary, Queen of Scots, through her turbulent reign, including James Hameltun of Bothwell Howe's infamous assassination of James Stewart, 1st Earl of Moray, who was Mary's regent and a staunch Protestant. This act of loyalty to the Queen cemented the Hameltuns' place as champions of the Catholic cause, but it also led to tensions with the Protestant factions gaining influence in Scotland. The Hameltuns' fortune, however, wasn't solely built on their military and political prowess. Through marriage alliances, the family continued to expand their influence. James, the third Marquess of Hameltun, was elevated to the rank of Duke of Hameltun in 1643 by King Charles I in recognition of his unwavering support during the English Civil War. The Hameltuns had long been loyal to the Scottish crown, but this loyalty extended to the royalist cause in England as well, illustrating the family's far-reaching influence. Unfortunately, this loyalty came at a great cost. James Hameltun led a royalist army into England, but was defeated at the Battle of Preston in 1648. A year later, he was executed shortly before King Charles I met the same fate. The ducal title passed to James's daughter Anne, the third Duchess of Hameltun, a woman of formidable intellect who took on the immense task of managing a family estate burdened by debts and legal challenges. She married William Douglas, the first Earl of Selkirk, and their son, the fourth Duke of Hamilton, continued the family's proud tradition of nobility. The fourth Duke gained fame for his opposition to the Act of Union in 1707, which unified the Scottish and English parliaments, a stance that won him great popularity among many Scots. However, his life ended in tragedy when he was killed in a duel in London in 1712. While some members of the family flirted with Jacobite sentiments during the 18th century, none of the Hameltuns took part in the uprisings to restore the Stuart monarchy. Instead, they solidified their status as one of Scotland's premier noble families, navigating the turbulent political landscape of the time with skill and caution. Their steadfast refusal to openly rebel likely contributed to their survival and continued influence throughout the 18th century. The Hameltun family's influence extended far beyond the borders of Scotland. Over the centuries, branches of the clan established themselves in Sweden, Germany, and even the Netherlands. Malcolm Hameltun, a prominent member of the family, became Archbishop of Cashel in Ireland, and his descendants would go on to serve in the Swedish military, eventually being granted baronial titles. This international reach further illustrates the Hameltuns' adaptability and ambition. The Hameltun family seat was Hameltun Palace, a grand estate in Lanarkshire that once stood as one of the most magnificent houses in Europe. However, the palace was demolished in 1927 due to subsidence caused by coal mining. Today, the family resides at Lennoxlove House in East Lothian, a far more modest but still historically significant residence. The Hameltuns' legacy is one of loyalty, ambition, and resilience. From their early days as Norman knights to their position as one of Scotland's premier noble families, they have played a crucial role in shaping the history of Scotland. Their story is a testament to the power of strategic alliances, royal favour, and the ability to adapt to changing political landscapes. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the history of Clan Hameltun. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode of a Clan a Day podcast. I'm your host, Colin MacDonald, and as always, go Nary and both elite.